that momentum over.
All right, who wants to do the intro?
Not me.
All right. So we're gonna start something new today. We have the regular New Nonsense podcast, which would be mostly pop culture. But we wanted to try out a conspiracy theory podcast. We don't know what the name of the name of it is gonna be right now, so we're just gonna start. I'm Noah, your host. And I'm
Yeah,
joined.
Michael's gonna come through later. Oh shit, my bad. You're recording?
No,
My
you're,
bad.
you're good, dude. You're good.
No,
Dude.
just- I called him
That
out, my
was
bad.
Source. That was Source or Josh, and I'm also joined by Andrew.
So
So to open up with
So
the
let's
first
get right
episode,
into these.
yeah. To open up with the first episode, we're gonna be talking about aliens. So the first question about that for these two will be: do you believe in aliens, and why, or why not?
I do believe that aliens exist. Do I believe that intelligent life exists? It's a bit of a gamble. Like, I do think that there's life on other planets, but do I think that there's intelligent life that could reach us right now at this moment?
Well,
Not
but you
really.
gotta ask, well, what defines an alien? Because we call aliens here in the United States freaking ethnic people.
I,
So that's all three of us.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what's defined as an alien? What is considered an alien to you?
well, the definition of an alien is something that is not of
Not of this world.
Like, yeah, it's not of this, like, not like the territory that we're currently living in.
Yeah, like not of this planet. Anything outside
Yeah.
our planet, type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why you call it ET because his name is extraterrestrial.
Extraterrestrial. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
because
was in Star Wars. His beings were in Star Wars.
Yeah, they were part of the Galactic Senate.
Yeah. There was in the I think in Revenge of the Sith, when Yoda gets down with Palpatine, they're right there or whatever, pointing or whatever, and fucking
They're pointing
that's
at
why
what?
in ET he recognizes Yoda.
What were they pointing at, Josh?
So that's
Remember you went up a couple times?
Mike dipped.
Did he take the black keys with him the first time?
I think it's in his trunk. I think I saw it in his trunk.
He had his hand when he did it.
I think it's in his trunk.
Okay, Andrew.
My bad, bro.
Andrew. Okay.
I'm just-
Okay. So,
Yeah, right. Fuck you, bitch.
all right. So, okay, Andrew, clarify your point about aliens.
Oh yeah, kind of my point. So here's what I think. I think that if at this current moment in time in our universe, I do think that there is other life on other planets, like on exoplanets.
Okay.
You know what an exoplanet is? It's basically a planet that's very Earth-like. You know, has an oxygen-rich atmosphere, has water, has greenery, something of that nature, has carbon-based life, which is a clear key feature to an exoplanet. Now, do I think that there is intelligent life out there? It's highly unlikely, but I also think that's a good possibility as well. Now, even if there was intelligent life that was interstellar,
Mm-hmm.
why would they want to deal with a barely Type 1 civilization?
Well,
Yeah.
why did the conquistadors want to fuck around with the Aztecs?
That is very true. That's very true. But you also have to think about it like this way: like if you have the capability of traveling among the stars at near light speed, I don't think your first stop is gonna be, man, look at these weird ape-like creatures trying to figure out how the fuck the sun works.
I mean, I understand your point, and the way I was coming at it was a very human way of coming at it. So
Yeah, but no, but you also have a good point as well. As like, oh man, I was like, again, it's another point of, hey, look at these things that we could possibly fuck with, you know, possibly study, because I forgot what movie it was, but I can't remember the movie itself, but it showed aliens in very much of a like these are creatures want to like experiment and like fuck with what the universe around them, seeing like what's on every other planet, and it showed it in a very disgusting, disturbing nature of this is what aliens would probably be like. They wouldn't think of us as intelligent beings. they would think of us as creatures that need to be researched, need to be dissected. How kind of like how we more or less study our creatures on our planets that we consider sub-intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
such as like bears, apes, dolphins, deers, like just that other what we consider not us.
No, I get you. I get you. What do you think,
Yeah.
Josh?
That
Oh no, sorry, Andrew. I cut you off. My bad.
no. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay. What do you think, Josh?
What I think about aliens and everything like that?
Yeah.
I can tell you what I think about aliens. I think that there is like other planets out there with trees and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and like obviously like stuff like that. But I don't think, yeah, like life and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't think there's like beings like us. I think we're one of a kind, bro.
Okay.
I think there's animals. Don't get me wrong. I think like there's animals, but like humans, symbol, human body, all of this.
Humanoids.
All of us, I think we're humanoid. I think we're one of a kind.
Well,
I mean,
fun
why would
fact,
anybody create create another fucking us? Look how fucked up we are, bro.
Well, okay, so here's how I think about it. I think that it's not that we're one of the kind. I think that we're just like one of the first.
Yeah.
So, like, because if you didn't know,
That's a legit.
chimps just reached the Stone Age.
Yes.
So it's not like, oh, like we're one of the kind. Like, no, we're just one of the first to actually reach this point.
Uh-huh.
So, like I said before, the whole young Earth theory is like, it's not like we're special. We're just one of the first to actually reach this technological age.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I think about it. Which is still, I'm not like absolving any like specialness that comes from it. I think it's pretty fucking awesome that we did. But I just also want to put out there that like I think we are just one of the first to make it this far, which is still pretty fucking dope. Like it took 7 mass extinctions for us to get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
No, I feel that. So my whole idea on aliens is that when I was younger, I firmly believed they existed.
Mm-hmm.
But as I got older and I looked more into like scientific theory and stuff like that, I think that they did exist, but I think they died off. If that makes it, like, I think there were advanced civilizations who arose, who charted the stars, but then either they killed themselves off or they were killed by something. Granted,
Now,
there is. Oh no, good.
So when we said that they were killed off, do you mean like within our local galaxy, or do you mean like in the entire universe? Because the universe is pretty fucking big.
The galaxy. I think like
okay.
They, nuked themselves to death, or they were destroyed by another race, and then that race destroyed themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or we can go real science fiction with it and say like a massive like force destroyed them. You know what I'm saying? And we have yet to be discovered by said force. So, I mean, like I said, the possibility is there. The universe and the galaxy is too massive for like not to have been something. That being said, though, if we are the first ones, then that's pretty sad. Because we aren't exactly a stellar species. I mean, we have done some pretty cool shit, but as a whole, we're kind of sad.
If we were to grade it in an average, I think we'd be like a 4, 5.
Yeah.
Class average or 4 or 5.
Like I told you guys before, it's good that like aliens aren't around right now, because at least in America, white people can barely handle brown, black, and red people and yellow people. So adding green and purple, that's it. It's over. They're gonna lose their shit. So maybe it's good for right now we don't encounter aliens,
Yeah. I mean, plus here's how I think of it as is that there are a lot of forces within this universe that can potentially wipe an entire civilization out to begin with. Because as a quote, life is so precious, far away from its fiery birth and its icy death. That's just how life will ever be.
Damn.
Because if you really think about it, we are but a trillionth of a percent of the universe's length. and that's how we will ever be.
Mhm.
But that I think is pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, a lot of things had to happen for us to come about. Even if you believe in if you're an atheist, if you believe purely in science, or if you believe in God or some kind of religion, it, it it's crazy that we're here, you know.
Yeah.
But
And don't ever fucking forget that. Don't ever fucking forget that.
I will argue though on the religion side. My aunt, she's not like a hardcore Christian, but she's really into like her religion. And I asked her, "Do you think if aliens are real, they could have been created by God?" And she said, "Yeah, absolutely. There's a big possibility that they were also created by God." You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her, "Would your outlook? Let's say like we were to have like contact tomorrow, right? Would your outlook on like God and religion change?" Just on no. I mean, I'd see them as brothers if they're friendly. You know. They were probably created by God. Maybe they have their own version of God, their own little green man who was put on a cross or something. You know. So
I think did like the Pope say like if aliens would ever contact us, they'd be Catholic?
that sounds like a
If
very
I'm right.
very Catholic thing to say.
Yeah, I think the Pope said that. I can't remember which Pope did.
I think it was this recent one. Yeah, I think it was this guy.
Yeah. Which honestly though, yeah, we would probably indoctrinate them if we had the chance.
All right, so let's transfer
yeah.
over into one of the subtopics that I want to talk to you about. One of the mini conspiracies within the alien one that I find interesting, because there was a game that was kind of that I feel, because okay, so years ago, before YouTube took a hardcore stance against conspiracy theories, I used to delve into them because I like to write. You know, it inspires me. It gets the juices flowing. And I found one of this guy who he would interview.
It gets the juices flowing.
Shut up, John. He would interview quote unquote whistleblowers, right, from different countries' intelligence services. This guy was from the Russian one, which I think is the FSB. It used to be the KGB, and he was talking about how this is around 2013, how the Russian military is currently locked in a secret war with aliens in their northern region. I think it's not Siberia, or is it Siberia? Andrew?
Yes.
Right? They're currently locked in like a shadow war with aliens right over there.
In the moon? What?
No,
where?
In Siberia, in northern Russia.
Is that why the Russians be training so hard? Like if they're fucking going through fucking shit? That would make sense. They're a different breed, bro. They're a different breed over there.
I mean, looking at it, you could kind of say, yeah, that would make sense, because they have been sending, at the time, I believe they were sending troops up there. But it seemed too, this is back when I wasn't too politically plugged in, but like looking at Putin, I could totally see him keeping that secret until it's too late, and he has to tell like the rest of the planet, like, yeah, we've been fighting these guys for a while, and we've been getting our shit rocked, you know. I'm sure it's likely it's not real, but I just wanted to see what you guys think about that.
The Russians fighting a secret war.
Because like there was a humongous, I think everybody knows this. If you don't, it's a really cool thing I guess you should look into. The Battle of Los Angeles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So people thought for the longest time that we were fighting a humongous war. Not a war. It was almost like a battle. Sorry, I don't know why I said war. A battle with aliens in LA. And it was like, because I think it was like on the eve of World War II.
It was right after we got bombed, I think, at Pearl Harbor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we were on high alert.
Yeah.
So we pretty much got alert, like, oh yeah, there's this weird alien craft, and like people were pumped up the spotlights, and all they just see is just like this mass of light just come from the sky, and people thinking like, oh my god, it's aliens, and so they start firing at it, and no matter how much they, pump it full of lead, it's not going down.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, we realized that it was actually a big weather balloon released by the observatory earlier that night. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the interesting thing: is that how can a fuck ton of AA guns miss a weather balloon and it stays afloat?
If there's that much fire going up in the air, yeah, it's bound to hit something.
Exactly. Now, do I think it was a weather balloon? Yes. Do I think that they just missed it through sheer coincidence? A good possibility, yeah. Especially when your sky is filled with a bunch of light pollution,
Mhm.
and there's not much. There's not a clear line of fire. Yeah, I think it's a good. There's a good chance of them missing it. For the good part.
Mhm.
But it's the same kind of sentiment of like, hey, yeah, we're just fighting this secret war. You guys don't know about it. That's why we're sending troops up there. It could be a good idea, possibility, maybe. But then, like, okay, if they're fighting a secret war, then why hasn't this war spread?
They must be doing a good job of containing it, if that's the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
What do you think, Josh?
It's only a matter of time, bro. If there really is something like that, it's only a matter of time till the aliens advance.
Mm-hmm.
It's how it always goes. They could only hold it off for so long before, maybe they evolve or reinforcements that they've been waiting for need to get over here. Because, think about it, like, maybe they didn't develop hyperspace yet. And then they were just, like, on the first, like, they were one of probably the first crusaders
First
who
wave.
got over here. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first, and then, we've developed our shit and we are able to hold them off right now. But then by the time that the second reinforcements come, that's a whole nother advance,
Mm-hmm.
It's another advanced wave. Like Avengers kind of,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When they raided New York, there was the first wave, they were able to take them on, pretty easily. But then later on in Endgame and all, you could see there's more to the army than what we saw.
Exactly.
So, it could be like that.
And
then,
oh, good.
And it could be like that too, where what you said, it'll be like instead of telling us now about it, where we could probably prepare and work together for it. It's it's always at the moment where, okay, we got fucking overrun. Now we need your help, and then now we're kind of like thrown in there, like fuck. Now we got to figure this shit out
Mm-hmm.
while trying to deal with our own shit at our pad,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because, like I said, I wasn't as politically plugged in. I was barely starting to get into trying to be more aware of the world around 2013, and looking at who Putin is, how he operates. Like I could totally see him like, you know what, we gotta deal with this shit on our own, and if it fucking goes south, then it goes south, and we gotta tell people. But I'm gonna be shady about it,
Yeah.
So it's funny because I still remember this, right? It's 2013. I watched this video. I thought it was cool. I didn't think I thought that would have been too big of a thing to keep secret. And then a video game comes out called XCOM: The Bureau, right? And I don't know if you guys have heard of this game. It was like a spin-off of the XCOM reboot from back in the day. And it takes place in the 60s. And in this game, the US is attacked by aliens. It's like the predecessor group before the XCOM reboot. And the US pretty much goes on lockdown. XCOM agents within XCOM is like a secret CIA. I don't know if you guys know who they are in this video game, but they're like
I have no idea. I haven't played that series.
So the XCOM organization is like a shadow group. It's almost like Shield, but they deal with aliens. And they have in this, yeah, around the 60s, in this time period of the game's timeline, they have agents that scattered across the country, and I believe the president is attacked, and some of the higher generals. So the director of XCOM has to pretty much takes over the rest of the country and says we're going on lockdown. If anyone asks, we had a small insurrection, so that the Russians don't know about what's going on. The Chinese, the English, basically the U.S. goes into isolation for a year in the 60s, and we're fighting a shadow war, but the public doesn't know who we're fighting. They think it's the Russians. The rest of the world doesn't know who we're fighting. They think we're fighting ourselves in a little civil war. But it was weird to me, looking back. I'm like, that's kind of how people try and say, oh, is it predictive programming or whatever? I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. Where they I guess they try and say that all the conspiracy nuts try and say that the media is solely puts in little hints here and there of certain things so that when they come out in real life, we can accept them more. Just probably just coincidence that I happened to find that video at the same time the game came out, but I thought it was pretty crazy, kind of the same concept, like a shadow war.
Man, every time you say Shadow War, I think of The Last Emperor, Secret Wars. The song go hard. Those two songs go hard. That's
I've never heard that song.
If you like Marvel, it's an old school rapper, RP Last Emperor. He raps the whole Secret Wars in a cool way.
Oh, okay. I think okay.
Yeah, one of them was like a 6 minute song, and then the second one, since it was like really fucking, it blew up,
Mhm.
and like in the underground, and the shit fucking they wanted a part two, and he just goes in 10 minutes. It's just fucking pure bars of like it's comics, Marvel, Secret Wars, and bars all in one, bro. It's fucking dope. I would recommend it.
I'll look it up.
Whenever I think of Shadow War, I always think back to the invisible enemy, which I believe is what they used to call viruses.
Mhm.
It's like, yes, beware of the invisible enemy.
COVID-19.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like, technically, you're always fighting a war inside yourself, not emotionally, but like physically, you're constantly dying, always on the inside, just to make sure that you don't fuck up anymore. So what I'm trying to say is, get your fucking vaccines, you goddamn dumbasses.
But Andrew, they have chips. They're gonna track us.
Bitch, if I wanted to get a motherfucking 14 gauge needle stuck on my ass, I wouldn't let them. Alright? That's how big you have to get for a goddamn microchip. You know how big of a needle you have to get? It's massive.
And these people act like we don't already have tracker chips anyways with our cell phones. So.
Yeah, exactly. The government already has a social security number. What the fuck are they gonna do with knowing where you are at all times? Bitch, if they wanted to, they can just liquidate all your funds at the drop of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't fucking matter. We have the IRS on our backs.
People act like the U.S. can't go full martial law and we won't be able to do anything about it. You know, so.
Exactly. Yeah.
We wouldn't stand a chance. We wouldn't stand a chance.
No,
If they issue
no,
martial
you're
law?
right.
No. Yeah, if they were to like
No.
say stay inside or we'll shoot you, they'd do it and they wouldn't care.
Yeah, they would, but then that's a fucking war on the streets right there, bro.
Yeah, but then they get destroyed by drones and tanks and.
Yeah, obviously, but no, I don't know, bro. I've seen a lot of survival movies and shit, and fucking some of these people end up fucking finding ways to go against the government.
I watched The Walking Dead and I got it.
No, not like that, bro. But I'm just saying, people will overcome. People, if thinking about Americans, don't push them to the corner, bro. You see what happened to them in England? They overthrew the fucking government eventually.
What the fuck is an AR-15 gonna do against a goddamn tank? I don't know,
Hey,
man.
yeah, bro, they'll fucking do it.
See,
Fucking Americans will do it.
all right, let's do a little sidebar real quick before we go to the next topic. My issue with listen, if my rights get infringed, if I'm given a good enough reason, yeah, I'll pick up a gun and I'll go fight, right? But realistically speaking, we have no chance because, yeah, sure, our military may have had like one arm strung behind its back in the Middle East and in Vietnam. They wanted to win hearts and minds, but against their own people, the United States government would not give a shit. They would easily brand the rebels as the bad guys, right? And they say we got to get rid of them any way we can. So I'm talking drones, tanks, aircraft, airstrikes, full-on special forces assaults, raids everywhere. They wouldn't give a shit, right? And yeah, sure, there might be some guerrilla warfare in the South, but that's about. They wouldn't be able to do anything. The U.S. military is too powerful if you were to actually let them do their thing. So that's why I understand why certain people hate the government, but at the end of the day, realistically, you can't beat the U.S. government. So that's in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a reason why we have the largest military in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in terms of the Navy. Man, like we're okay. If I'm being completely honest, if the U.S. decides to just be like, "Fuck all of you, I'm leaving," I ain't staying here, man. I'm going. I know what the fuck they can do to me. I ain't fucking staying.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes just to the fucking tech that we have, man. It's ungodly what they can do to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm glad that they haven't decided just to point the gun at the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad for that. But when push comes to shove, I know it's a coward's way out, but I'm still gonna be alive.
Yeah, and let me clarify something. When I talk about revolution and all that and like rebellion, I'm talking about like a good reason.
Yeah.
I'm not saying not because my candidate lost in the last election and I decided to storm the Capitol. you know,
Yeah.
because I want a fucking neo-fascist president in office. So I'm not talking about that kind of shit. Like, I do not agree with the right, the alt-right right now, because they're stupid.
Mhm.
Anyways, all right. So the next, I guess, question for you guys, or subtopic, whatever we're gonna call this, I don't know. Sorry guys, it's very unstructured. We're kind of going into this. I should have been more prepared, but anyways, in the '60s, there were a lot of little stories coming out how in the mountains of the United States there are tunnels, and in these tunnels are alien laboratories, where people that went missing in the '60s and '70s are taken to be experimented on. Same thing happened too recently. A lot of stories are coming out of people going missing in the national parks, and then being found on mountaintops where you can only reach with a helicopter, or them just disappearing entirely and never coming back. I wanted to see what your guys' takes on that is, and a lot of the theories right now is that it's aliens. So I can't talk today. I'm sorry, guys.
That's rather interesting. I've never heard of that one before.
Really?
Yeah, no. Of all the ones I've heard, that one's probably the newest one. Do I think that's gonna be rather interesting though? Like, hey, yeah, they're underground. It's technically, it would explain the whole idea of it's the mole people.
Yeah.
You know, kind of sentiment that you kind of laugh at as a kid, but it's like, and this is actually, oh my god, it's fucking true. It's mole people, but it's aliens.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of, I don't know really what to think about that. That's actually a new one.
There's supposed to be a picture, because I believe it was the '60s, right, where this security guard he's at his building, a government building, and then he goes down into the basement, but then he finds like a door or like a secret entrance, and he goes in, and he goes walking for a while. He thinks by like a certain point he walked about an hour in this elaborate tunnel system. It looks like a long cement tunnel with like lights every like 10 feet. Then he comes across a door. He opens it and he looks in, and he says, and there's even supposed to be pictures of this. I'm gonna try and find it. That he took, that there are these sacks hanging from the ceilings, and in them are human alien hybrids, just floating in these sacks, dispersed like every 5 feet or so in this massive room. And he felt like a chill, and then he just like ran out because he got freaked out. But he also heard like some kind of noise. But if I could find the pictures, I'll send it to you guys. But I don't know where they went. But the pictures are kind of eerie.
If you don't mind, can I like take like a minute to try to find them myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find them too on Google. But yeah, dude, it's kind of eerie. I'm pretty sure it's fake. At least the pictures are. It could have been a recreation.
We'll see. With the pics, it's probably Photoshop nowadays. You can't even tell what's real.
Andrew, if you find them, they're like black and white. If you find them, you can put them in the chat. Yeah, they're black and white, and they look like they're hanging from they're inside these sacks, and they're hanging from the roof or the ceiling. But yeah, so what do you think, Josh? Do you think there could be secret underground laboratories that aliens are taking kidnapped people to?
I mean, a lot of people go missing, bro. A lot of kids, a lot of people, and there's a lot of missing people that go unaccounted for, bro. You never know, bro. It could be human trafficking. In a way, yeah, that's human trafficking right there. Fucking aliens, just... I read something, honestly, I was reading something, watching a video on something where we have an agreement with aliens, supposedly, that they're allowed to take people from us for quote-unquote testing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're supposed to help provide us with information they know or not harm us or something like that. They're not to invade us or something like that, you know? Mm-hmm. And so that's what I've heard, that there are tunnels like that, and spaceships where people get abducted supposedly, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So I mean, so I don't know. Just it could be. Yeah,
it's interesting to me. like I said, those pictures, I can't find them. Andrew, I'm looking them up too, and I can't find them no matter what I'm searching, what I'm like typing in.
Yeah, it's all just a bunch of ancient alien stuff.
Yeah, right.
I did find what you're talking about, which is the underground alien bases kind of thing. But I'm not finding. Whenever I type up alien human hybrid underground sacs, it just tries to correct it to sex, and I'm like, that's not what I'm looking for. Thank you very much.
Some Rule 34 shit.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's interesting to me. I could totally see like the 1950s, 1960s U.S. government doing some shady shit like that. Like, okay, you can take 30 people a year and just fuck off and do what you want with them, so long as you don't blow up the planet.
Yeah, that's what I was watching. I forgot who it was, but I did see something like that. Where it was like that was just an agreement that we have with them. That okay, we won't invade your people, but we want to study you.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of taking you guys by force, it is an agreement where you allow us to take as much people as we want for studying purposes, and we don't invade your planet.
I could totally see it. The only way I could ever justify that is that we were busy dealing with the Soviet Union, so one juggernaut at a time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Doesn't make it right if that's true. But I can understand.
For the greater good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The greater good.
Yeah, I mean, like, it sucks, but like, I think at this point they're thinking thousands of people versus a whole planet.
Mm-hmm.
The sacrifice that needs to be made. Sucks if you get abducted, but you know what? At least the planet's still intact until we find a way and come up with technology that we can beat these people with,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a theory that I read and watched too that like the purpose for alien movies
Mm-hmm.
is to get information from aliens without getting it from them. So like, that scene from Independence Day where Will Smith goes into the mothership and it like, haven't you noticed like when aliens in alien movies, there's always a mothership that controls all the other ships.
Yeah.
And then we've always come up with the plan of we need to destroy the mothership.
Mm-hmm.
There's a theory that goes around that the reason why we implement those in movies is because Independence Day or like Star Wars, I forgot what it was, but it was something where in the basis where we did something like that to the aliens in the movies, and supposedly the aliens reacted in a way where it was like, it was one of those subtle like, oh, ha 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 ha, like type of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh shit, if they really were to do that, then we're kind of fucked,
Yeah.
So it's like supposedly we make alien movies, or stuff whenever we're getting invaded by aliens just to see how they react. Of, well, we're hinting at them, we have this shit.
Uh-huh.
And we know what you have, just to see, okay, maybe they have force fields. How do we break through the force fields? Oh, okay, we need to do something like this. And then we do it, and it's like, okay, they get a reaction from these aliens. And it's like, okay, so this is something we need to do. That's what I was watching. And, like, that's a theory that it kind of makes sense, Because then the recurring themes happen always in alien movies most of the time.
Mm-hmm. I was reading somewhere that all the alien movies that we've made are actually us just bluffing that we've beaten different species to like potential alien invaders. Like they see these movies and they're like, oh shit, they won all these wars? What the fuck? We should fuck with them.
Yeah, I would believe that too, because then they watch us and it's like, man, no wonder why these people are so fucked up.
I feel like it's also kind of the whole trope of God. Have you all ever seen the movie Red Dawn?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Good
like
movie.
that. Yeah, it's very much like that. Where it's just like, hey, commies, look at us. Look what we can do to you people, even if you manage to invade our homeland. Fuck all of you.
Dude, Josh, do you remember when North Korea was like posturing back in like 2013? I think you were a junior and I was a sophomore, and I was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, bro, because they supposedly had a bomb that could reach us, and I remember everybody was fucking tripping, bro. Everybody was like, oh my god, they built it. They built it. That shit didn't even go like midway through the ocean.
I know. I was losing my shit because I was looking all into it. Then my mom's boss, I guess he was a pilot during the Korean War. And he's all dead. Nothing to worry about, dude. They're all like, they're in the modern they're in the modern equivalent of like a medieval dark age over in Korea, so we're good. Like, all right.
You know what's crazy too, dude? Like that should just tell you that's how advanced we are in America. Like we're like it's just slept on in a sense. Like we have so much our technology now. It's really ahead of its time. It really is. Like Japan, I'm fucking like I wouldn't want to fuck with Japan, bro. Japan's one of the countries that I'm just like they're pretty fucking technologically advanced.
Well, they built a Gundam.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I would you
I'm
anything.
gonna
That fucking Gundam
oh
is
my
on some
fucking
Pacific
God,
Rim shit.
Noah.
On some Pacific Rim shit, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, oh yeah, it's all for shits and giggles. But watch when somebody tries to invade us or a fucking kaiju comes out, that's just gonna turn into a real life fucking Gundam.
Dude,
And yet we still have potholes.
No, I'm saying you really believe they're gonna spend that much money just for an aesthetic looking Gundam? No, bro. I'm pretty sure that motherfucker has a sword and fucking shoots and fucking it does all that shit, dude.
like,
I'm pretty sure it does.
They're like it's a moving statue, but and everyone's just like, nah. If shit goes down, that thing's gonna activate.
Exactly, bro. I wouldn't
Bro.
fucking doubt it, bro. And they built two of them.
Mhm.
And then the way they're disguising it is, oh yeah, we did it in your favorite anime, Gundam, people. Woo! And then the whole world is like, dude, I want to go to Japan. Japan looks so fun. This and that. And then really, if shit were to go down, fucking next thing you know, release the Gundams. Okay, release the Gundams, bro. They're gonna be fucking on some Ready Player One Gundam fighting type shit, bro.
They didn't forget.
Release the weeb.
They didn't forget Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Oh, exactly,
Oh my
exactly, bro.
fucking God.
We're gonna be like, we have nuclear bombs, and they're gonna be like, we have Gundams. Fuck.
I saw a meme. I think it was FDR, and he's signing something, and it's okay. We're gonna bomb Hiroshima and Naga. Well, whatever. It's not gonna be there when by this time tomorrow. I'm like, oh no, oh no.
Dude, and it really wasn't, bro. That's crazy. To this day, they're still suffering radiation.
Don't they still have like the shadows embedded from the blast on the walls?
Supposedly,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think certain landmarks are like able to walk into that there's not radioactive, where you can see the shit on the walls and like and all of that. That's crazy.
That shit though is really fucking scary. Like your last moments are ingrained into the fucking ground.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to think about that. One day you're walking, eating a fucking hot dog, and then next thing you know, you're ashing on the pavement for a dog to step over.
Now think about it, bro. Think about the families that fucking saw the explosion. Like, imagine, put yourself in that fucking city where you were hearing the alarm siren, you're panicking, bro, and it's like you know
And then
what's
America
coming.
decides to unleash the fucking sun.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You know what's coming to you. You know, you as the government are thinking they're bluffing. They don't have no type of weapon like that, and then you just see it in your radar, whatever the fuck they have, and it's like it's not stopping. It's going, and then you sound the alarm for the city, and the people are going crazy. Imagine, bro, what they were going through in those final moments.
If I'm right, I think one guy said, if a nuclear bomb were to blow up in the middle of a city, any sort of like emergency service personnel wouldn't be able to do shit.
No, hell no.
Because
No, bro, like think about it. Like imagine if now we get word that a nuclear bomb is coming to hit us right now, Los Angeles, and there's no way to stop it. It's like you know the amount of panic people are going to be doing. Like people are going to be crying. People are going to say their final prayers. People are going to fucking get their last fuck on. People are going to just go
exactly. Yeah.
People are gonna just go start breaking into stores. They're gonna do shit that they never do because they're like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna die anyway." They're gonna do that. That's just how it is. It's literal panic. It's a havoc, bro. It's just, it's gonna be crazy. It would be crazy, dude.
Well, I'm just talking about from like a logistics standpoint because it's the equivalent of having every single natural disaster hit at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus it's not just the blast either that's gonna fuck you up. People who happen to see the mushroom cloud and the initial blast, they're gonna go blind. If they survive and then there's the fallout. You know, the radiation, and then in 100 years you're gonna have giant ass scorpions walking around. So there's that shit too.
Exactly, man. got ghouls running around, fucking super mutants, goddamn fucking 8 feet tall chameleons. Next thing you know, you can hear vacuum tubes. Holy shit!
So supposedly the every government during World War II knew, like, I believe Germany was working on its own nuclear program, but every government had spies in the Manhattan Project, and they all knew what was coming. But like, I think a lot of them thought it was bullshit. The info they were getting from their spies from the Manhattan Project, and then next thing you know, the two of them get dropped in fucking Japan. They're just like, oh shit, they actually have the damn bomb.
Yeah, and the whole world knew, and that's, I think that was a flex. We did it honestly.
It kind of was. It kind of was.
We did it just to flex on Russia, to be honest.
It was totally, hey, look at this shit. Look at this shit.
No, it was really. I bet it. This is how it went down. Our president at the time, talking to fucking the president of fucking Russia at the time. Oh, I got this, and we can do this, this, and that. Well, I got this, and now you can do this and that. And then our fucking president says, you know what the fuck? You know what we got? This is what we fucking got. Go to Japan. Why Japan, sir? We need a reason to do this because they attacked us, and this is our excuse to fucking launch this bitch right now. And then he fucking, look at this, president of Russia. There's a key. Oh, what the fuck is that key gonna do? He puts it in the fucking thing, turns it, fucking pushes it, and then all you see is this fucking giant nuke go out, and now you get where Mr. President has been launched. And then now you're seeing in the screen what the fuck's gonna happen. And imagine the president of Russia just watching that massive thing just fucking annihilate a whole fucking country. At that point, I would be like, oh shit, thinking, oh, you guys just wasted your one and only one. And the fucking president said, oh, bet. With the second one. And then it's like, you want to see the third? But this time it ain't going to Japan. Fuck, dude. I think at that point it would have been like, nope, I'm good. I'm good.
I also find that funny, though, because those are the only three we had. It was the one that we tested.
Yes.
And then two in Japan. That was it. Because it takes 6 months to make a bomb.
Yeah, now it probably takes half the time for it with all the shit we have.
Can I also mention something? Okay, do you all know about Tsar Bomba?
Yes.
Okay.
What is Tsar Bomba? What is Tsar Bomba?
A big ass bomb.
Tsar Bomba is the largest nuclear detonation
Oh,
device
the ones that Russia
ever.
left off?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That one was only detonated at half strength.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking scary.
Didn't they say that if they did a full string Tsar Bomba, would it destroy the planet?
No, fucking wouldn't.
Wouldn't have?
But like, no, bro.
Didn't they feel it in London, or am I thinking of the Tunguska event?
I think he said. I think they meant like it would annihilate like Italy, like the whole country of Italy or something like that.
Oh, okay, okay.
You'd probably be able to hear it in London, but it wouldn't annihilate the entire fucking world.
Yeah. It for sure will take out a whole country, like a whole
Like
country,
a small
bro.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Portugal, Spain. If it were go there, and then both of them are gone. You know, London probably get a little piece of it.
Wait, bro. Oh, that's what you fucking meant. I thought you meant like, oh, sorry, that was a dumb move. I'm sorry.
No, what happened? What?
Because I thought this man thought that Spain was like way smaller than the UK. I'm just like, wait, hold up.
No,
Give me a minute. I'm like, okay,
no, they're right by each other though. They're right by each other. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
I know that was a really dumb moment for my part. I'm sorry. I'm like this brother really fucking said little piece of London.
Imagine,
like, hold the fuck up.
No. I'm saying it would like if it was targeted Spain, I think I would annihilate the whole country of Spain and Portugal, and it would get a little bit to London. A little bit to London. I think that's how big it is.
I'm gonna take a fucking drink. That was a really dumb moment. All right, let's go on next topic. I'm gonna save myself.
Well, speaking of nukes, so I have a little theory here that I read about that I'll share with you guys and see what you guys think about it.
On a side note, after you say your thing, just remind me. I just have to say that.
No, just say no.
Dude, I want a black PS5, but they canceled them. That's all they need to say.
Okay.
This brother. Okay.
That's all I want to say.
Okay. Next topic.
Here's what some people think, right? If aliens exist, the reason why they decided to visit the planet around the 40s is because we detonated 2 nuclear bombs, and that drew the attention of aliens, and they realized that humanity was ready for another form of warfare. Thoughts?
I
Oh, I get it. In a way of flexing, it backfired on us because we fucking gave the signal out to aliens that there's life with that type of technology
Basically,
out there.
we said, "Come at us, bro," and they said, "Oh, you want the smoke? Okay."
Like it was the telephone theory, where we pretty much rang them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they picked up.
Yeah, they picked up, and then they picked up.
What do you guys think of that?
I would believe that. Here's why I wouldn't, though, for the most part. The sun is just one big fucking nuclear explosion. I I mean, if I'm being pretty honest, a nuclear bombs, at least the ones that we had, are pretty primitive in comparison to what we have now. Like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put my thoughts on it. Explain more away.
Okay, because I was going to. Yeah. So, a lot of people think that they kind of take what we do now with observatories and stuff, and they apply it to potential aliens, where basically from us evolving from apes until around the 40s, the 30s, there potentially could have been alien satellites or something observing us, drones, all that, and keeping an eye on us the same way we keep an eye on like monkeys and shit, and how we observe them, we watch them. So these aliens, like these different species, or maybe this one species, was observing us, watching us. All of a sudden, 2 bombs go off in rapid succession, literally 2 days in a row, and they're nuclear.
Sorry.
And nuclear technology is a sign that it's pretty advanced tech. And now these aliens are like, well, these guys are getting interesting. Let's send a little scout force out here to figure out what's going on. That's pretty much, the whole idea to flesh that out more that people have put out there about the nuclear bombs basically drawing the attention of said aliens. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Okay. Well, now that you say it like that, I feel like it also kind of be like how we would be when it comes to looking at exoplanets. Mm-hmm. It's like for any sign of intelligent life. Like, fun fact: a good factor of intelligent life is smog.
Okay.
Now you're probably thinking, no, sir, that means that they're burning fossil fuels. Exactly.
Yeah, they have factories.
Exactly. Yeah, so that they have production. They have industrialism.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually using the resources of the planet. It means that they are intelligent enough to use the resources of the planet to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. But that could also potentially mean that there's like a highly active, like a highly volcanic planet that just happened to have a lot of smog.
The dragon?
That son of a bitch. All right.
I just watched The Hobbit last Friday again, so.
Yeah, okay. Hot take on The Hobbit.
Oh boy.
All right. I actually like it. I think it's a good series of movies. To be fair, though, I'm the same kind of guy that likes Legend of Korra.
I don't think Legend of Korra is that bad.
A lot of people will disagree with you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
Ben hates it.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard. I heard from that conversation. I was ready to throw hands. I'm like, I don't fucking care. If you're 6'5", 40 pounds heavier than me, made of pure muscle. I don't fucking care. I'll throw down.
I would pay to watch you two go 3 minutes in the octagon together. That'd be fun.
It wouldn't even be 3 minutes. It'd be 3 seconds.
That'd be hilarious, though. Anyways.
Anyway.
So what do you think of that, Josh?
Of what exactly? Just.
What have you been doing, dude?
Yeah.
No, I'm right here listening, but I'm just like.
What do you think of the idea that us creating?
I'm just trying to take it all in because it's like so much information. I'm just like, plus I'm faded, and so my mind is like, I feel like I'm that guy who's just sitting there and I have a bunch of numbers and triangles and all that shit going through, and I'm just like, whoa. And then I have a lo-fi beat on the side, and it doesn't help because it's opening up my mind even more. And I'm just like, dude, that's so much. I'm like having a brain.
Okay, so what do you think of the idea that us creating nuclear technology or detonating the two bombs drew the attention of aliens?
I'll be right back. And while this man figures his own life out, I'm gonna get some chips.
Go ahead.
No, no, no. Like I said, bro, I think I believe it. I wouldn't doubt it. Like you got to consider the fact too that we're not the only ones who are developing throughout the times. And if you really think about it, after we dropped those bombs, technologically wise, are like years after, we our technology advanced in a rapid rate, bro.
Yeah.
In a huge rate. So I think, because people take it back to the 70s when supposedly we made contact with aliens.
Yeah.
In the 70s was when and I believe it because start looking at the 70s, I think that's when they finally came to us. And they started, they didn't attack us right away. They observed us, watched us, and then they probably thought, dude, we could totally take these people over. They're not technically advanced as we thought,
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing they have are those bombs, but it's not like they have a bunch of those,
Yeah.
And they wouldn't detonate it on everybody in the nation or else it's going to destroy the whole planet. So I think they thought that, and then that's where you get the abduction, and then that's why I think you get the treaty between aliens and man, where, okay, you could study us, you could live amongst us, just teach us your ways, and all of that. And so I think that was the exchange where they get our bodies, they teach us what they know. And then if you start looking at it, once we start doing all of that, you get like the whole JFK assassination, coincidentally,
Mm-hmm.
And then before he gets assassinated, he talks about how America made a great discovery that needs to be shared around the world,
Mm-hmm.
that he was going to release it to the world. And I think he was going to release aliens, that the contact of extraterrestrial life, but they killed him for it. Because I think at the time, I think they wanted to know more,
Yeah.
And they fast forward, you have the 80s and the 90s. We started fucking advancing in the shit that we did, and then now you get the thousands, and now you have us, bro. We're pure access to all knowledge is all like the tip of your fingertips, bro. You have your phone, you could access anything. Look at this. You and I could talk from where you're at to where I'm at through a Discord server.
Mm-hmm.
How far we advanced in technology is just insane. So yeah, I do think that the bombs were just the signal. They answered, they observed, they watched, they saw us, and now they're just living amongst us. But then we can't forget too that they probably have learned shit about us where they've gone and probably maybe implemented in their home turf or whatever, and then developed their shit of their own.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Hold on. I'm opening up Injustice 2 right now. I want to see if they fucked me over and decided not to give me back all my season
They
pass.
should, bro. They should. I have to install that game right now. I'm gonna do that right now.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like the first thing that aliens would do is that after they figure out how our bodies work, they would just keep us as like pets. Like think about it. It's like, oh yeah, I had this weird hairless biped creature who talks. I can't understand what the fuck he's saying, but he seems to make funny faces whenever I give him this cake.
Oh my god. It wouldn't surprise me if like people really were getting abducted and like they were taken as pets after being
There's other theories that I've heard too where aliens have taken over, right? But they love us so much because of our ways. Like we're special in a way because we have certain things that other extraterrestrials and extra beings don't. So for example, like what we consider bad is what these aliens love to do. So like human sex trafficking is one example where they see people that they like, they abduct them, and then that's how you keep them as their pets. It's like their personal sex toy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's some shit that's like the dark shit that I've heard that like because I dug into it, and it's like I want to see if they think bad and shit. And there was a theory that they're slowly taking over. They're able to make themselves look like us, blend in with us, make our ways, but really, they like shit, like they like children. That's where you get like this whole pedophile ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then like this whole other theory leads into like Hillary Clinton being like an alien or something like that. And it's like the reason why they have this whole pedophile ring, and that's why these celebrities get into it, because it's just like a dark whole thing where they're trying to like embrace it, but us, the human culture, we know that's like just morally wrong, and we know that it's so bad that they can't just normalize it that easily,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So that's why everything we do is they slowly try to normalize the bad with us, so that in the future they can do and full take over and try to like do everything that they're doing now without having it anymore.
Yeah,
That's a theory. That's a theory that I've read and heard. So I'm just that one sounds pretty interesting.
yeah. It's like kind of ties into the next one that we're gonna do about like lizard people. You guys hear about that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
supposedly the demons.
Well, not.
to
Supposedly,
to.
No, go
Oh,
ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I've heard about so much to the point now where it's like whenever I hear the name lizard people, I just laugh because it's just a funny fucking meme to me.
Yeah, like the shapeshifters and all that crap, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, there was this one dude. I forgot on what side it was. He was like, "Yeah, like I hate Obama way too fucking much. Him and that Putin motherfucker, they're both fucking lizard people. That's the only reason why I can think why they're so fucking bad. God damn it, bam. And it's just like now when I think of lizard people, I just think it's like an outlet for um for people just to disagree with a political ideology. It's like I don't agree with the urge of the lizard man. But
No.
go on, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. No, yeah, basically, you know, I don't know. The idea is so far fetched. The lizard people, they've taken over by shape shifting and getting into our highest forms of government. I think I agree with you. I think it's a meme at this point, pretty much. I think it's just another way of just calling them pedophiles. You know, the government or people in the government, or certain people, I should say. Granted, for a movie or a TV show, it's not that bad. I think they even had a TV show called V, right? Like years ago. And then they rebooted it about shapeshifters that come to Earth and say they're homies, but it turns out they're bad guys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Josh?
I think so, man. I've heard a lot of stuff. Shapeshifting, these lizard people are starting to make the mainstream media now. People are starting to barely see them, you know, where there's all these theories are coming up, bro. The people calling them supposedly like demons, supposedly like, you know, there's a bunch of names for it, you know?
Mhm.
And so I don't know, man. It's just like it makes you think, bro, because like there's like you really want to believe that people are just not that sick in the head, dude. Like humans are just not that sick in the head with some of the shit that be happening, you know?
Yeah.
But you never know, bro. It's just maybe we really are that fucked up and that evil, you know? But I don't know, man. I think maybe there is, you know, there is a force of evil that there is there, and people it like influences people to embrace it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, maybe, and then it has to go through like our form of government because you know we're fucking sheep at the end of the day, and they manipulate us through the mainstream media, and we get what we're getting now, and it's like they play the part good and they act like they care, but at the end of the day, it's like motherfuckers are falling right into our fucking plans type of shit.
It's starting to sound like some like music video from like The Disturbed.
What?
God, which one was it? Where gosh, I can't remember which song it was, but it was pretty much just like how the media was taken over by like these demonic forces, and how more or less there was like this dark messiah vengeance that kind of came upon the earth. It was like, hey, I'm gonna save y'all because y'all don't even know that you need to be saved because you've been so infatuated by just this constant repeating of sounds that you're already fucked and you don't even know it. You just think of it as the daily life, but you just refuse to see outside your parameters because you can't see outside of it because the wall is too fucking high. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. You're just blind to it, you know.
But then again, I'm just some hairy motherfucking nerd eating some gold chips. So fuck if I know.
Right? Feel you. I'm just some fucking stoned ass kid. He's just chilling.
I think that's a good place to end it. We're gonna hit the hour mark right now. For the next episode, I think we're gonna get into what do you guys think we should get into? I have a couple topics, but I want to hear what you guys think we should get into next.
The Fresno Walkers.
Oh, okay. Okay. Josh, what do you think?
I'm down to talk about the 411. I was listening to that today.
That's kind of trippy, huh?
Yeah, it is trippy. Like people just disappearing in the forest like that. But yeah, I'm down for that.
All right, we'll try and cover either. We'll figure out in our own little group chat if we're going to cover the Fresno Walkers or Missing 411. Thank you guys so much for joining us for our first episode of the Conspiracy Theory podcast. It was, a little all over the place. I'll try to be more organized for the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace out.
Peace out, you guys.